I know that there are sometimes people in this program who wonder, what should I practice? What can I practice? Or what do I need to practice now? One thing that you can always practice is using chords in the left hand accompanied with scales in the right hand, because this is fundamental to everything that you do. You play melodies in the right hand and chords in the left hand if you're playing solo piano. And you do this when you're playing other kinds of things as well. So this is something you can always work on at every level, beginner to pre-advanced. And I'm going to give you some ideas here in this video, hopefully, about how you can put that to work. When I say we always use chords and scales together to play songs, it's true. I just used part of a scale. I just used a scale again. There's part of a scale. So there's always places that you can use scales and chords together, right? So at the beginning level, I would say you want to play your major scale, C major scale. Let's put it up an octave so you have room for the chords. And then let's just walk up the scale playing your major triads in root position. This is a simple exercise. It's not going to be that easy to do, but it's a simple exercise to understand. And then once you start doing it, you will get, it benefits you in every possible direction. So for instance, that's just one possible way to do it. There's other things you could do. That's another possibility. And these things are not beyond the beginner. Obviously, you'll go slower. The benefit of it is, especially if you're using a keyboard setting where it has some sustain, is that you're going to hear the notes of the scale over the chord. And you'll hear how that scale sounds against each chord. So I just walked up the scale: C major, D minor, E minor, F major, G major, A minor, B diminished, C major. Those are the chords of the major triads and minor triads and one diminished triad that you find in the major scale. When you have that one, then invert it. So I'm going to go to the new key now. I'm playing F major in first inversion. So let's do this one now. Let's see what I get. Trickier than you think it's going to be, right? I made a mistake on it. Coming back down. Okay, that's first inversion. Now how about second inversion? Okay, I'll go ahead and go to B flat now. Now I'm going to practice second inversion going up and down. See, I needed it myself. Good. There it is. Spacing wasn't the best, so I might want to put this up here. So those are those triads. What about if I'm a progressive player or an advanced player, pre-advanced player, or an intermediate player? Well, then work on your 7 chords. So I'm going to go to E flat now. Here's E flat major 7. If I go up the scale, I've got. I'm not worried about register. I'm worried about knowing the chords, right? You can work on that later once you actually know the chords and you're comfortable. Let's see. Something is going on with my phone or something here. Let me see what's happening. All right. Continue with the E. I'm going to pick up E flat where I left off. Okay, so you've done that one. Now, how about first inversion major 7? And then let's take that up the scale. This is going to get progressively more and more tricky. Obviously, I'm moving through the levels, right? If you're an intermediate player, this should be something you think about seriously doing. Certainly, if you're a pre-advanced player, it should be something you think about doing because you will use this. You may not use it sounding exactly like this, but by playing the scale in the right hand and playing the chord in the left hand, you're focused to think about both things at the same time, which is a fundamental skill you'll need for piano playing. A flat major 7, B flat minor 7, C minor 7, D flat major 7, E flat dominant 7, A flat, excuse me, F minor 7, looks like A flat 6 because it also is A flat 6, and then G diminished, half diminished 7, A flat major 7. I'm going to do that one again because I can do it better than that. Where was I? I was here. Okay, there's another inversion of the seventh chord. I'm going to move to G now so that I get away from so many accidentals. So now I'm in G, and I'm going to do this inversion. Fifths on the bottom. This is second inversion, major 7 or dominant 7. So I've got major 7, minor 7, A minor 7, B minor 7, C major 7, D dominant 7, E minor 7, F sharp diminished 7, half diminished 7, G major 7. Okay, coming back down. Okay, then so that's first, second. Now there's third inversion. Now I'm going to move to the key of D. See it. Third inversion is going to put seventh on the bottom. You got D major 7, E minor 7, F sharp minor 7, G major 7, A dominant 7, B minor 7, C sharp half diminished 7, D major 7. Coming back down. Okay. I can do that one better too. I'm going to do that one going down again. I did this, should be this. Now, part of the whole idea of being a musician, of playing an instrument, is that you've come up with ways to keep yourself busy. There's always something to practice. Always. I just played this. I started in C and went up in fourths till I get to A flat. Then I went back to G and went up in fourths until I got to D. So I've covered how many keys here, in addition to demonstrating some exercises I think might be helpful. I've covered C, F, B flat, E flat, A flat, G, D. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've done more than half of the keys just now doing this. So I'm putting this out there not because I think you should necessarily do this, but just to make the point that you can always come up with something to practice. This is a new routine for me. I just came up with it thinking about this question of what to practice today. What kind of person at any level practice? You can always practice. That's even simpler than adding the note. So do something. Don't ask what to do. If you're not sure what to do, do something. Anything that gets you sitting in front of this instrument, hearing it, dealing with it, thinking about it, absorbing it, is going to benefit you. Don't worry about if it's the best thing to practice. Don't worry about that. Just get to it and do something.